Lies of P is not just a Souls-like. Though it might seem that way on the surface, but what it does, it respects the blueprint of what a Souls game is and then reinvents it with the mechanics that we didn't know we need them until we had them. Lies of P doesn't just give Pinocchio a sword, it gives him a soul, it gives him a unique identity. Let's start with the most important bit of every Souls game, the combat. Lies of P builds on that iconic dodge, perfect parry of Souls games, right? But it adds its own twist to it. For example, perfect parrying, when done correctly and often and back to back, can result in breaking an enemy posture. Well, here's the good bit, and sometimes can break the enemy's weapon. And in some cases, breaking the boss's weapon. If you're constantly nailing the parrying, right, mid-combat, you can demolish the enemy, you can demolish the boss by breaking their weapon. If you manage to break their weapons, right, their attack will do less damage to you. It's a system that rewards timing and awareness, right? And once you break that weapon, the sound it makes is just wah. If instead of parrying, you block, you lose a chunk of your health. I think that is where a little bit of Bloodborne inspiration can be sort of seen, right? So every time you block, you lose a chunk of your health. But if you attack back quickly, you can gain that amount of health back. It's another bit that I really want to see in Souls games. Let's just say you run out of healings, right? You ran out of Estus Flask, you ran out of Blood Vial, all of those shebangs, right? In Lies of P, once you run out of healing, if you manage to hit enemy enough time, you gain one back. In Lies of P, there's also weapon durability. But the weapon durability in Lies of P, it is completely different to, let's just say, the Dark Souls trilogy or Bloodborne. In Lies of P, during battle, if you feel like your weapon is about to break, what you can do, you can fix it in the battle right then and there. It just adds another tension and decision making to the player. Do you want to risk it and go all out and risk your weapon breaking? Or you want to, sit back a little bit, fix your weapon, and then go back in? Now, don't get me wrong, there is an option for you to, let's just say, the weapon is about to break, so you just want to swap to another weapon. There is an option for you there too. That flexibility is still there. Now, let's get to my favorite part of Lies of P and how it's designed, right? The weapon assembly system. Most of the weapons in Lies of P, they come in two parts, the blade and the handle. And you can take any blade and attach it to any handle. That gives the player of freedom, moveset, and designing the weapon according to their player style. And each blade and each handle comes with their own unique abilities, right? And so you can combine them. You can literally create Thor's weapon. Or you can just completely create an abomination that every time you show up to any sort of battle, your enemies will just walk away. This weapon assembly system encourages experiment. It gives the player the ability to create their own weapon. no matter how they look like. I do have to mention though, there are some weapons we call them they called special weapons that you cannot break down. These are usually obtained when you kill a boss. The boss weapons, right? And each boss weapon, obviously, the blade and the handle comes with their own special abilities. But again, you cannot disassemble them. One of my favorite features from Sekiro was the prosthetic arm. That prosthetic arm makes a return, but in Lies of P. Each Legion arm is sort of designed to fit the player style that you want to do, right? You want to be defensive, equip the shield. You want to be more aggressive, there is literally a gun. Souls games, generally speaking, especially with the old FromSoftware titles, the quest design wasn't the best, right? You go exploring and you find the item that you need for that quest line, but you have no idea where that NPC is or where they've moved, right? And so Lies of P fixed that. And to be fair to FromSoftware, they did fix that with the post-launch update for Elden Ring, right? Lies of P still lets you explore. The sense of exploration is still there. But let's just say you need an item for a quest and you find that item. And once you go to the Stargazer in a teleportation tab, the Stargazer will tell you where the quest is and who is it belong to. And so the game recognizes your exploration and then rewards you with telling you where to go for this quest. For the last section of this video, I really want to talk about the story of Lies of P. Lies of P, it's a complete retake of the original Pinocchio story, but with a darker and more mature twist. So the city of Krat is under attack by puppet frenzy, puppets gone rogue, and there is also this petrification disease that is caused by a magical mineral or a unique mineral called ergo. And this unique mineral was discovered by the alchemist, and one of these alchemists being Geppetto. During the puppet frenzy, Geppetto's son Carlo dies, and then Geppetto creates the player, Pinocchio, or P for short. And Geppetto sort of makes it your duty to go collect these ergos, right? So he, Geppetto, can bring his son back to life. Another beautiful thing that I really like about the Lies of P, right? According to the original story, lying is a bad thing. Because every time Pinocchio lies, his nose gets bigger, he sort of distances himself from being a human, right? That's all he wants. He wants to become a human. But in Lies of P, lying is the most human thing one can do. To come up with that idea, it's so brilliant. Just for an example, right? Like lying to an old lady that she is as beautiful as her portrait.
Come closer, won't you? Is there any resemblance between me and that portrait? Do I still have so? It seems Geppetto even taught you good manners.
Or my favorite, lying to a dying fisherman that you've indeed passed on his last message to the village and the brat. But the people of the village, they've all been affected by the petrification disease. Yep, there he is.
Time to celebrate my triumph. And a beer is just what I need. Did you praise my catch to the villagers and the brat?
Yes, I did.
Did the brat crack a grin? I
Obviously, everybody in the village is dead, right?
It's why I caught the fish.
You don't want to shout. You don't want to shout at a man's, you know, hope as he's about to go.
For defense, raise a toast.
That one is from a DLC, which I highly recommend. If you play Lies of P, play the DLC. I have played and completed many and many games, right? I'm sure you guys have done the same, possibly even more than me. But there has been only a handful of games that I always recommended to other people to play. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Sleeping Dogs, Yakuza 0, and now I have to add Lies of P to that list. Lies of P just doesn't follow the Souls formula. It bends it, it reshapes it, it makes it its own. To me, Lies of P is not just a worthy entry to the Souls game genre. In some cases, it stands above the games made by the very creators of the Souls game genre. It's how good it is. Well, that was my take on Lies of P and its DLC. I really enjoyed this game, and I've played it 6 times so far. If you feel like I've missed anything, please let me know down in the comments. I know I haven't mentioned the soundtrack yet. The soundtrack in this game is absolutely one of the best. See you guys later.
Close your eyes. Come to me, feel alright. Just dance with me all through the night. Turn it out, close to you. I feel good, 'cause I just know feeling.